right, so I get calls and text messages from you guys every single day, and the majority of you are interested not only in Jacksonville or Wilmington, but the surrounding areas. And so today we're going over Hampstead, North Carolina. It seems to be a going favorite with you guys, so I'm going to highlight some communities, and we're going to talk about some of the good, bad, and ugly about Hampstead and what it's got going on. What's going on, guys? I'm Avery with the Living in Jacksonville channel, where we discuss what it's like to eat, sleep, work, live, and play in the Jacksonville, Wilmington, and surrounding areas. So if that's something you can get on board with, go ahead, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you're notified every single time that we upload a new video. And as much as we love making these videos for you guys, we would love even more to help you with your real estate needs. So that phone number and email address popping up on your screen, I am the one that responds to all the calls, texts, and emails. Love to have a conversation with you guys and see what part of southeastern North Carolina works the best for you and answer any of your questions that you have. But without further ado, today we're talking about Hampstead, North Carolina. It is a going favorite for a lot of you guys that reach out to me. So I figured I'd throw up some maps, I'd throw up some drone footage, and we'd just talk about it a little bit more. Let's go. All right, so kicking it off, let's talk about the location of Hampstead, North Carolina. It's located right in Pender County, and it's located between Onslow County and New Hanover and Brunswick and Duplin, right? The map here is a better visual of it than me just talking about it, but Hampstead is located in Pender County. It's between Jacksonville and Wilmington. However, it is closer to Wilmington than Jacksonville. Wilmington is directly to the south of Hampstead, and it's only about a 20-minute drive or so from Hampstead to the city of Wilmington. Depending on where you're coming from Hampstead, you know, you could be about a half hour, but generally speaking, about 20 minutes. And Hampstead is located directly on the Intercoastal Waterway, so a lot of neighborhoods have boat ramps, houses have their own private docks, and it just is a phenomenal waterfront town that really is characterized by some of the housing, because the housing is like your coastal craftsman style homes. It's a beautiful area located right on the Intercoastal Waterway. And Hampstead is located in the Topsail School District. So Topsail High, Middle, and Elementary. They're all fantastic schools. They are highly regarded by the locals. And the high school, it has the lowest ranking of them all, and that is a B+ ranking according to niche.com. So if you're going to squawk at a B+ ranking as the lowest, then I don't know how much better you're going to be able to find it. But regardless, a lot of the locals love the Topsail School District, and people move here specifically because of the Topsail School District. Hampstead is an extremely rural town, and so you are going to be taking a lot of windy roads in order to get to basically anywhere you want to go. Pretty much all of the stores and anywhere that you need to go is going to be right on Highway 17. That's the main strip, goes from, it'll take you to Jacksonville, it'll take you to Wilmington. So, you know, in Hampstead, you do have a Food Lion, you have a Lowe's, and Hampstead Station, which has like the Food Lion there, and a couple other like smaller mom and pop businesses, as well as just a bunch of businesses along 17, like the Bagel Bakery, right? Like Port City Java. There's a couple of restaurants along 17 as well, and just some other mom and pop stores. But Hampstead doesn't really have very many big box stores, right? Food Lion and Lowe's Foods are going to be the biggest. And then you do have a Lowe's Home Improvement right up the road in Surf City, but it's just outside of the Hampstead Surf City border, so it's not far at all. But as far as other amenities, you're really not going to be looking at too much. There's the Kiwanis Park. There is the Holly Shelter Game Land, which you can go and you can bike. There's walking trails. And it is open for hunting during hunting season. So a lot of the outdoor enthusiasts do love that. And then obviously there are a ton of water activities because it's right on the intercoastal. So there's boat slips, boat ramps. There is the Sloop Point Marina, and then obviously just a short drive into Wilmington, which is going to be some of your bigger box amenities. So whether it's stores, shopping malls, trampoline parks, or anything else to do like with the kids, they have the River Walk, the Battleship North Carolina, and then obviously all of the beaches. And with regard to the beaches, Hampstead does not have a beach or beach access in Hampstead. The closest beach is probably going to be Topsail Island, which the closest access point is going to be through Surf City. It is a reasonable drive out to Wrightsville Beach as well. So, can't really go wrong with either Topsail Island or Wrightsville Beach, which is in Wilmington. And the other thing I wanted to mention, just backtracking a little bit, is the Kiwanis Park. It does have a number of athletic fields, so baseball fields, football fields, you name it, it has it. So if you have some kiddos running around and they like to play sports, that's definitely going to be a good area to bring them to. There are martial arts and things of that nature as well. The one thing I would say about Hampstead is, if your kids are more into like competitive sports, Wilmington's going to be a little bit more of the competitive area than Hampstead. But the Topsail School District does have great sports, especially lacrosse. So, if you do have kiddos, that's something that you're definitely going to want to think about that I kind of slid over earlier. Now, moving on to the real estate side of things, Hampstead's a phenomenal area for real estate, and there's a lot going up, meaning that there are new developments being built as we speak, and they're beautiful. The median sold price in Hampstead is about $475,000, but for that $475,000, you get a median square foot of 2,500 square feet, a little over 2,500 square feet. So Hampstead is one of those areas that you get a lot of bang for your buck. You tend to get more square footage in the house, you get a newer house, and you tend to get bigger lots as well within a neighborhood, or even if you have a rurally situated house, on its own private land, you are going to get a little bit bigger lots than, some of the surrounding areas like Surf City, Holly Ridge, or even into Wilmington. Hampstead is in a seller's market as of August of 2023. So that means if you're looking to buy in Hampstead, you do kind of have to make your mind up pretty quickly. And I kind of roll my eyes at that a little bit because when I lived in upstate New York, it was the #1 market in the United States, and that's not a good thing. That means that there's no properties on the market because there was such an influx of people that you could never get a buyer under contract because everyone's fighting over the same 5 houses. With that said, Hampstead is not like that. Everybody does have their fair share at a house, and as long as you're not sitting there diddly-daddling about a couple houses, right, and you are pretty decisive, you are likely to get a house. So, little bit of hope, during your real estate search. Hampstead is not that crazy. I don't want to scare you by saying that we're in a seller's market, because even though we are, you are still likely to find a beautiful house with good land, a good sized lot, and something that fits your criteria in the area that you want it. And then the property taxes, it is going to be different for everyone and personal situations and stuff. But if your house, right, taking the median sold price, if your house is worth $475,000, your taxes are going to be just over $2,400, which in my mind's absolutely insane, mind-blowing, because the majority of the United States, you would be up over $4,000. So definitely saving a little bit of money on the property tax side of things. And since you're so coastal and you're paying so little for your property taxes and stuff, man, you can't beat it, right? It's one of those things that's kind of too good to be true, but it is true. And if you decide that you want to move here, you probably will be saving a little bit of money. So I know what you're thinking, Avery, it sounds all so good to be true. What are the downsides of Hampstead? Well, the downsides of Hampstead are some of the things I've already talked about. So the major development going on in the area, because of the influx of people, right, there is a lot of construction. There's a lot going on, which when you have construction vehicles all over the place, it does make it a headache. Number one, because it's in your neighborhood and you hear, jackhammers and all that stuff, right, all the time. It does make traffic worse. So we already have an issue in Hampstead on 17 with traffic. It's bad, right? I say that very loosely because you can come from a major metro and sit in traffic for 2 hours. That's not Hampstead. You might be looking at like 15 minutes in traffic. So to the locals who have, had nothing but free access their entire childhood, and now there's this influx of people and now they have to wait 15 to 20 minutes in traffic. Yeah, it's frustrating. However, some of you coming from larger metros, larger cities that have terrible traffic, like really, really bad traffic, it's going to be a breath of fresh air. But it is pretty bad in some people's eyes. So it's something that some of you are going to have to get used to. It'll be a breath of fresh air for some of you. But for the locals, it's something that they absolutely can't stand at this point. And then the other thing, it's more for locals that have been here for a while, but prices are just going up, right? Anytime you have a massive influx of people, anytime you have vacation land, prices are elevated and they are going to go up. So that is also a drawback to the area. And then also some of these neighborhoods that are being built are just straight up being cleared out. Like the land that these developers buy are just straight up being cleared out, cut down trees, all of it. And so they're building these neighborhoods, all these houses on vacant land, no trees or anything. So it's this giant neighborhood with basically no trees, no privacy. So that is one of the things that's a drawback as well, because the beautification of the area is kind of going downhill a little bit with regard to those developments. But some of the developments are being masterfully built with trees around them and that kind of thing. So kind of keeping some of that Hampstead charm. But Hampstead is one of those areas, it's like the Southern Charm coastal oasis type areas. There's a lot of greenery. There is a lot of waterways. There's like little rivers and places that you could put the kayaks in, or your little John boat or something, and get out to the waterways that way. Hampstead's just an amazing place. And if you decide that you want to move here, right, I don't think that you can go wrong. I think you're going to love it with the proximity to Wilmington, with the proximity to some of the other areas like Surf City or Topsail Island, or even out to Jacksonville. I just don't think that you can beat it. But yes, there are downsides with the lack of amenities, with more construction going on in the area, and all of that stuff. So with that, that's all I have for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are interested in Hampstead real estate or any surrounding areas whatsoever, that phone number and email address on the screen, I am the one that responds to all the calls, texts, and emails. I would love to have a conversation with you and help you make a smooth move, whether it's 9 days or 90 days. And I just got a text message, or an email rather, from a gentleman looking 5 years out. Absolutely love it and love helping you guys. So hope to hear from you guys soon. But until the next video, peace. See you later. Bye.